Told you, gotta have some Jason Peters. Hello, Nick Thompson. Greetings. Hello, I don't know if you can hear me okay. All right. I'm your MACAC facilitator today, so thank you for bearing with me as I make sure that I do this correctly with you all.
Yeah, no worries.
This is great. I'm just going to mute myself for just a second here.
Hey, Nick, I think you're logged into the wrong presentation.
So I have raised my hand. Hold on.
You guys know if I can see what's in the chat too for the questions at the end?
Yeah, you should be able to.
Like on this Zoom?
Yeah, it's not at the bottom.
No.
There should be Q&A and a
Oh
chat.
yeah, here we go. Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I feel like I have my hand raised, but hopefully, can y'all see the screen? I'm supposed to share the screen with you, which you all have probably done this a million times, so you know the drill, but just kind of checking in. Is everybody here who's supposed to be here?
Yes.
Yay. Okay. I will, so I know we've got a couple more minutes. I will hang on one second because gotta check something on my audio.
Did that hide Nick from you guys or just on my screen? Yeah, I did. Okay, perfect.
Yeah, we have two at the same time, and I think he logged into ours and not his.
Oh no. Well,
Okay.
at least he's not hanging out there anymore. So
You guys, I can't see my screen. As long as you guys can though? See the facilitator slide? Okay.
No, it's the virtual college exploration events hosted by the Twin Cities Consortium of Catholic High Schools.
I'm gonna try a new share. Nope, that's not it. I'm just afraid I'm gonna close this tab. Hang on. How's that? There we go. All right, so everybody knows the session will end after 45 minutes. I mean, y'all can read the screen. So hopefully I have all of this set up for you all to have just an awesome session. So Q&A, right? Okay. And you all know, probably you've done this before, you'll receive a transcript of all the questions submitted from any audience members, right? Awesome. Fantastic. Looks like we have, okay, we have participants. Wonderful. I'm going to advance this. It looks like we're just about at the top of the hour. And it looks like everyone's ready to possibly get going, which is great. So I think I will start, as I am your designated facilitator for this session, which is very exciting. This is part of a series of virtual college fairs sponsored by the Minnesota Association for College Admission Counseling, powered by our partner StriveScan. And we have some amazing higher ed professionals today. And this session is very exciting with 2-year opportunities. And just to go over some of the how to ask questions, as you can hopefully see on your screen, using the Q&A button to type in questions so that our presenters know what is on your mind and what you'd like to know. And just ensure that cameras and or that your camera and microphone will be off. We would love to have you sign up for additional sessions. We have additional opportunities available that are located at https://www.strivescan.com/Minnesota. And if you're wondering about recording this session, these sessions are being recorded and available at that same website, strivescan.com/Minnesota. So I hope I've covered everything, but these are seasoned professionals who are eager to give you great information with today's session. So I will turn it over to them. And I think you're muted, Tia.
Thanks. Habit of Zoom, right? All right. Well, welcome to choosing a 2-year or 4-year degree, which is right for you. Today, we have representatives with us from 4 different higher education institutions across northern Minnesota: Bemidji State University, Northland Community Technical College, Northwest Technical College, and University of Minnesota Crookston. So, come on. Okay, so the welcome here. We're so glad everybody could join us here today. First, we're going to start off with introducing ourselves. And let's see here. If Mara, you want to go first?
Yeah, absolutely. Hi, my name is Mara Nelson, and I am here with Northland Community and Technical College. We are located in East Grand Forks, Minnesota, Thief River Falls, Minnesota, and online.
Right, Janessa?
I'm Janessa Conrad. I'm the Associate Director of Admissions at the University of Minnesota Crookston.
Maddie?
Hello, everyone. My name is Maddie, and I am an admissions representative at Bemidji State University.
And my name is Tia, and I am an admissions representative at Northwest Technical College in Bemidji as well. So today we're going to talk to you about a few different things, including the differences between 2- and 4-year colleges, some myths and facts surrounding these 2 types of institutions, transfer and pathway options that students have. How do you decide? You have so many choices. Which one's the best for you? A little update about how our schools are handling COVID-19 and what you might expect at our campuses. We'll each get to share a little bit about our individual campuses as well. And then we have time for Q&A at the end. If you have questions at all during the presentation, please feel free to throw them down in the Q&A section, and we'll make sure to answer those. All right.
So there's a lot to consider when deciding where to go to college. And the biggest decision is deciding what type of degree you want and whether attending a 2-year or 4-year college is your best route. So if you're looking to complete a certificate, diploma, or your associate's degree, which you'll attend a 2-year school. So your certificate, diploma, your AS or your AAS, which are different types of associate's degrees, are a little bit more specialized in their coursework. So this would work well if you wanted to learn a particular set of skills or train for a specific job, for example, in nursing or to be an electrician. And then your AA degree, which is more of a general approach to an associate's degree. It doesn't have a particular focus on a job or a major. Many students who are unsure of their major will talk about getting their generals done and then transferring to a four-year degree, a four-year institution. That's typically with your AA degree. So there are many different stepping stones that you can take to ultimately get to your degree goal. And you can start any of those degree programs and continue on to your bachelor's degree or even beyond your bachelor's degree as well. So some of the things to consider when deciding on what type of college or degree you want. The first thing to consider is your time to degree completion. So essentially, when do you want to join the workforce? Students who attend a 2-year school will join the workforce much sooner, as it typically takes between 1 and 3 years to complete your degree. And a bachelor's degree can take between 4 and 6 years to complete. Another important factor is the cost. So earning your degree at a 2-year school is typically more affordable. The tuition cost at times can be half of what a bachelor's degree is. And you can also attend for a shorter period of time, meaning your total cost will be less. However, with the cost, you'll also want to consider the income you'll earn with each degree. So according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics in 2019, someone with a bachelor's degree can earn up to $61,000 a year, and those with an associate's degree can earn around $43,500 a year. So there's definitely a balance between the cost of each type of degree and your earnings. That'll be something you'll definitely want to look into as you're debating between a 2- and a 4-year school. Another important factor is your school environment. So the class sizes typically are smaller at a 2-year school. A bachelor degree, some of the lecture halls can hold as many as 300 to 500 people per class. However, that's not every school. So for example, Crookston, I attended the University of Minnesota Crookston, and I think my largest class size was around 45 people. So it varies per college, but just something you'll definitely want to consider. Another factor is living on or off campus. So 4-year institutions typically have dorms that allow students to live on campus. It's a great opportunity to meet friends and be close to your classes. Some colleges actually require their freshmen to live in their dorms. And some 2-year schools may actually have apartments near campus or at times their own residential halls, but it's more common for a 4-year school to have that available, and it provides you a different college experience living on or off campus. And Tia and Maddie can chat about a little bit later how they work with their BSU and Northwest Tech on living on campus. We also have a variety of classes between a 4-year and a 2-year school. So your bachelor's degree, you typically have a wide variety of classes you choose from. So you'll take your general classes as well as major specific, where many getting their associate's degree have very prescribed curriculum. So you might not have as a variety, but it will get you to your degree sooner. And then the other important factors in admission policies. So one thing you've seen a major change is with COVID is with the requirement of the ACT or SAT for admissions. While many 2-year schools never require this, many 4-year schools are moving into more of a test optional or test blind or test free environment. And that's because many colleges have learned that your high school GPA is a better indicator of your success on campus. However, test optional means something different at every school. So I'd encourage you to reach out to find out what that means and if there are any exceptions to that rule, for example, receiving any scholarships. And in the end, there are different types of colleges, just like there are different types of degrees. So your technical schools are going to be focused more on your specific careers. Your community colleges are career specific, but also allow you to earn your generals and AA degree. And then your 4-year schools, such as your state schools, your liberal education colleges, private colleges, each one has a different feel and vibe to it. So I'd encourage you to tour the different types of colleges to find your fit.
So as we talk about the differences between 2-year and 4-year schools and transferring between them, we're often asked how credits will transfer. And although this can sometimes be a confusing and lengthy process, each college and university has transfer evaluators, advisors, and additional staff to help you out with that process. We do have the Minnesota transfer curriculum in place, and due to most 4-year universities having a variation of liberal education requirements needed for a bachelor's degree. So Mara will have more information on the tools that you can be utilizing now as a student to learn more about how your credits may transfer school to school. Liberal education is an integral part of most four-year degree programs. So the terms liberal studies and general studies are often used interchangeably. Depending on the college or university, these education requirements will include exposure to a wide range of topics beyond what's directly relevant to your major. So specifically, there are three core component areas of liberal education: communication, critical thinking, and working with others that are integrated throughout the curriculum for most degrees. No matter what degree or type of campus you attend, your degrees will teach you important aspects of the workforce. They teach you both hard and soft skills, as most employers look for job applicants with hands-on skills in teamwork, problem solving, and communication. Colleges provide many skill-building opportunities to help students launch successful careers. Whether you have a specific career in mind or are still looking for your passion, real-world programs and work opportunities include cooperative education, internships, group projects, research, service learning, study abroad, and so much more.
Alrighty, so just like Janessa talked about, there's so many different options that you can do when you start college. I'm going to talk about a couple different pathways that many of students take. First, there's the technical pathway that is more short-term and can lead directly into a career. So that would be fast and typically within a year. Otherwise, there's the AS programs, which are designed to be transfer pathways into a four-year degree. Many two-year schools have agreements set up with four-year schools like UMC and BSU called articulation agreements. And that allows students to seamlessly transfer from the community college to the four-year. And with the articulation agreements, we are part of something called the Northern Connect. And so that would allow you to apply to the Northern Connect, and then you would be a part of either UMC or BSU, and you could be dually enrolled. So the benefits of being enrolled at two places is that you'd get the dual advising. So you'd have your advisor at the technical school like Tia and myself, and you'd also have someone like Janessa and Maddie. I always think that's good, so you can kind of cover your bases, like, and talk about what you need to be doing at your first school, at the two-year to the four-year. Another awesome thing is that when you're dually enrolled, it can sometimes mean different housing options. And we'll touch on that a little bit later, what they do in Bemidji. But that's awesome. And then so if you get your two-year and you don't know what you want to do, that's fine too. So you could get your liberal arts degree and you're not quite sure, you can always transfer to a four-year school after. You don't need to know right away when you go. And a tool that we use to see how credits transfer is called transferology. That is great for both advisors and for students. It allows you to see what credits you already took and how they apply at the school that you'd like to go to. I know sometimes you think automatically, like, yep, I took this class, it should transfer. It's not always the case. When you're working with students with the Northern Connect or things like that, it does transfer smoothly, but you want to check, you want to be on top of it. So I would suggest getting a transferology account and seeing what credits will transfer where, and it'll save you time in the long run.
All right, so now we've talked about a lot of different options that we have on the spectrum between two-year and four-year degrees. So how do you decide? First, you have options. So degrees are often stackable. At the two-year level, we have the certificates, diplomas, and then associate degrees, like Janessa mentioned. And you can stack those one on top of each other. Or you can think about your two-year degree as a building block up to your four-year degree. Graduate programs and beyond are something to think about as well. So if you have that four-year degree straight out out the bat, then you can move on to graduate school, or you can go 2-year, 4-year, then graduate school. There are endless opportunities for those different combinations. You're also not pinned down to one career. Even if you go to a very career specific technical program like nursing or plumbing, something like that, it doesn't mean you're pinned down into that career forever. Bachelor's degrees are also built out to give you a broad base, right? So whether you're into career specific or those broad pathways, you can always find a career that's going to work for you, and education is going to be that first step towards that goal. So something else to consider when you're making that decision is the opportunities to change your life. Janessa had mentioned a little bit about the lifetime earnings that you can receive with each level of education. So just completing your high school diploma will give you about $7,000 more a year than somebody who doesn't receive their high school diploma. Now, that may seem like quite a bit of money, but then if you think about your 2-year and 4-year degrees, a 2-year degree on average across all the different types of 2-year degrees are earning 54% more than somebody with a high school diploma. And then bachelor's degrees are earning 84% more than 2-year degrees. And that's all from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. So you can see that there's really some opportunities to increase your lifetime earnings. And again, that all starts with education, no matter which one you choose. So you're able to fulfill a passion or a calling, right? So many times students are really worried about what they're going to choose right off the bat. But with a bachelor's degree, for instance, you come in and you're able to take a bunch of classes to figure out what that passion is, what you really enjoy, where you want to go from there. When I started college, I thought I was going to be a politician. I took some higher level English classes and found out that was my true calling, and have an English degree. Also, if you're thinking right away, you know what that passion is, maybe you found something during your high school years that you're really drawn to, or you're able to take some college courses to try things out through PSEO or college in the schools options, then you may be looking right into a technical career or a community college type degree. So lots of opportunities to find that passion and fulfill your true calling. Also, you want to consider that you can live and work where you want. So depending on where you want to be in life, where you want to live, what type of community you want to be in, that may determine what type of degree you're looking for, what type of career you're looking for, right? So, if you're going for something very specific that's only offered in a big city type setting, that's something to think about if you're wanting to live in a rural area. And there is lots of support for you. This choice and all these different options can seem very daunting, especially if you're just starting out on this process. You have admissions staff that can help you find that right fit. Now, I'm pretty sure this goes across the board for all of us, but if you were to come talk to me at NTC and we found out we don't have a program that fits your needs, I will help you find that right fit. That's what we're here for. We really want to make sure that even if you don't go to my school, that we find you a good place that's going to fit you so that you are successful in the long run. Now, visiting campus is a great way to help you make this decision as well. You want to get a feel for those different types of campuses, right? You want to see what things they offer on campus. Now, with COVID, we've introduced a lot of virtual options, and many of our campuses are starting to open up to more in-person options as well. So get out there, visit those campuses, at least take their virtual tour and see what campus is really like. And then beyond the higher education world, you have your school counselors. They're your in-school resource, right? They know a lot of different things about different types of schools, scholarship options, testing options, and they know many of us in admissions. So they can connect you with your local admissions representatives and help you find your first steps towards your path.
So with COVID in your college search, we know that a lot has changed in the past 12 months, and it's significantly affected everyone's lives. And it's changed the way students are taking classes, visiting colleges, making their college decision overall. So while I know many colleges want to provide the education students are looking for, that also comes with some challenges. So every college is different, but here are some things that you would maybe want to ask or consider when you're making your college decision during the pandemic. So for campus visits, as Tia mentioned, some of them are starting to open up on campus. Some of them are only allowing certain audiences to come and do their campus visits. For example, students who are admitted or students who are seniors. So it's something you definitely want to check into. And if you're not able to go visit a campus, look at their virtual experience. I would ask questions like, can I still experience everything I typically would on a campus tour? Will I meet with faculty? Will I visit with financial aid? Can I speak with a current student? Those are all important things that you want to keep in mind as you're doing your college search. Also, the class options. So right now we have colleges that are doing on-campus classes that are socially distanced, high flex classes, which are like a mix between on-campus and online, and then fully online classes. So what types of classes are the colleges that you're interested in currently offering? And then what are they looking at this fall? And then what are their student activities like? So are they hosting student events on campus? Can you attend athletic events? Same with the residence halls. If you're looking to live in the dorms, can you live on campus? Are they open? Will I have a roommate? And we know that things are constantly changing, but these are questions you can ask to help make your college choice.
Alrighty, so before we dive into a little more specific information on each of our colleges and universities, we wanted to give you a little geographic eye to where we are all located. So again, we have the University of Minnesota Crookston in Crookston, Minnesota, which is the furthest west that we have representing today. We have Northland Technical and Community College in Thief River Falls, as well as in East Grand Forks. And then we have Bemidji State University and Northwest Technical College, which are both in Bemidji.
Alrighty, so I'm here to tell you a little bit about Northland. Northland offers over 80 programs, and that includes certificates, diplomas, and AS degrees. And what's really awesome about Northland is the small classroom sizes where the ratio is 17:1. I actually attended Northland and I loved it. I attended the Thief River Falls campus because we have the Thief River Falls campus, East Grand Forks, and Aerospace. All of the campuses are very different. So like we said, tour your campus. In Thief River Falls, we have more of the small rural community, tight-knit. In East Grand Forks, it's more lively, and there's Grand Forks right across the river where there's a little bit more to do. Our Aerospace is very small, but so much to offer there. And then we also have the online. One of our awesome things about Northland is that we were ranked top 10 in the nation for the best education at the lowest price. So with college, cost is a huge thing. So that is really cool about Northland. And another popular thing about Northland is our athletics. With COVID, a lot of them had to be canceled for the season, but we're very hopeful for the fall that we will have volleyball and clay target shooting. So fingers crossed for that. And then we also have a free application. So that means that you don't need to pay to apply to Northland. So if you're thinking about it, apply. Talk with someone, come meet with us, find out if we have something that interests you. And we would love to help you. But yeah, so the best way I can say is call me and I can set you up with a program advisor or the advisor, and we can talk about what programs we have specifically because they are so broad. And we have a couple new ones. But yeah, our nursing is very popular. Criminal justice is popular. Construction electricity is always full. That's a great program. And then some of the programs that are like smaller are our automotive service, animal science, and aviation maintenance. So get a hold of me and I'd love to meet you.
All right, thanks, Mara. So a little bit about Northwest Technical College, or NTC. We're located in Bemidji, Minnesota. And when we talk about NTC, these are the four main things we like to focus on: campus size, location, speed of programs, and the hands-on skills, the great value, and partnership with Bemidji State. There we go. All right, so with our campus size, we're about 1,100 students enrolled in both on-campus, online, and blended courses. So right now we have a few more of our students online than we normally would because of COVID, right? But normally there's about 500 on-campus students and 600 online students. Average class size is about 20. The largest class you'll ever see at NTC is 32 students. And then our smallest class is actually 6 students. So you have a lot of time to really get to know each other. Cohort-based programs for the majority of our program offerings. So that means you follow the same group of students throughout the entirety of your program. So you get to know the other students, you'll know your faculty, have some great networking opportunities because of that cohort-based program and our small size. So up next is our location. Of course, beautiful northern Minnesota with all the outdoor opportunities that entails. We're close to the lake. We're just a few blocks from the Sanford Center in Bemidji and the bike trails, and lots of opportunities for fun art and other community events as well. Bemidji itself is about 15,000 people, but we are a regional hub for over 60,000. So what this means is that we have the amenities of a much larger city, you know, TJ Maxx, the hospital, the movie theater, all that good stuff. But then we still have that great small town feel. People in our community really support our students on both campuses. So it's a great opportunity to get that small town feel with the amenities of a much larger city. Up next, a little bit about our hands-on skill building. Because we are a solely technical college, our programs are all specifically connected to careers. So when we're talking about those different options, we're going to be very career focused. And our programs are really focused on labs, practical experience, and career-based skills. So we are going to teach you the things that you need to know to go out and get a specific career. Dental assisting, for example. They're not going to be learning about physics or how to install electrical components. They're going to be focused on the skills they need to know to go out and assist dentists in procedures like root canals or x-rays. So you spend about a 4-to-1 lab to lecture ratio. So that's for every hour you're in lecture, you spend 4 hours in lab. So lots of great time to build those skills. Speed of programs is something to consider. We've kind of covered this, but 1 to 3 years for our programs at NTC. Depends on what level you're looking at, from certificate all the way up to associate's degrees with prerequisites. Value, of course, the 4-letter word of college is how much does it cost, right? So we're at just under $200 a credit, which puts us at the very low end for many of the schools in the state of Minnesota. And so it's a great value, especially when you know that your passion is in a technical career path. And then lastly, we'll wrap up with a very cool opportunity for students, and that is through our connection with Bemidji State University. We're what you would call sister schools. We share pretty much everything except for academics. So you can live on campus in the dorms and University Heights, which are apartment style housing for students. Take advantage of the meal plans in the dining center. We do have a cafe on our campus as well. The rec center and intramural sports, student game passes as well. So you can go out and cheer the Beavers on. We're not official Beavers at NTC, but we still have a lot of fun at the games. The health and counseling center, and we actually have new to us this semester, a solely devoted counselor for NTC students. So she'll be on our campus a couple days a week, hopefully more as COVID lightens up here, but she's specifically devoted to NTC students. And the health center as well. So that would be, you know, your standard clinic type setting. So lots of great opportunities. You can still get that traditional college experience with a great technical program.
Awesome. Thank you, Tia. You touched on all the great opportunities and amenities that the city of Bemidji offers, as well as the fun outdoor activities we have being right on the shores of Lake Bemidji. So just down the road from NTC is Bemidji State. We are classified as a medium-sized campus, both by numbers and by physical distance. So at BSU, we have about 5,000 students on campus. When it comes to walking from class to class, it can take you 5 minutes, no more than about 10. If you have to walk from one end completely over to the other, which would be over to your residential hall, it's about 15 minutes. But if you're a good speed walker, you can make it quicker. With that smaller campus size of 5,000 students, you have the opportunity to not only get to know your classmates, but also your professors. So we have that 19:1 student to faculty ratio to start building those relationships and networks right off the bat. We have just over 60 different majors that I'll get into soon. But not only are you going to college, of course, for the academics, but the lifestyle and experience that you'll have as a student as well. So with that, we have 90 different clubs and orgs for students to get involved with outside of the classroom. When it comes to, you know, special interest hobbies and clubs like rock climbing or the chess club, participating with our jazz band ensemble. And then we also have athletic teams. So you can compete on the lowest level of intramurals just for fun, all the way up to for the Beaver athletics. So we have Division II sports, with the exception of men's and women's ice hockey. Those are Division I. So a few of the top reasons why students typically choose BSU is because of our comfortable campus size, our true north location, the variety of different majors that we offer, and the great value that comes along with that. So some of our common majors include business, which is our largest program on campus, so it has the most amount of students with it, as well as criminal justice, nursing, psychology, and education. We were founded as a teachers college. Then lastly, we have sciences, a lot of sciences. So some of our unique majors include our Indigenous Studies program. So BSU was first to have an Indigenous Studies program in the state of Minnesota, and the first to have a collegiate Ojibwe language program in the world. So Bemidji is at the center of 3 of the largest Minnesota tribal nations: Red Lake, White Earth, and Leech Lake. Some other unique majors include our aquatic and wildlife biology. So I had mentioned that we have a lot of science offerings. So you can be in the lab studying science, or you can be out in the field. So whether that is an actual physical field, or maybe you're in the lake doing aquatic biology research, these majors have really unique studying opportunities, given our location right on the shores of Lake Bemidji, to conduct research all year round and within the 400 lakes within 25 miles of campus. Our exhibit design program is the only undergraduate program in the US. So exhibit design is a little different compared to graphic design and interior design. It's actually the process of developing an exhibit. So from the beginning of a concept all the way through to a physical 3-dimensional exhibition. So lastly, one other fun, unique major to touch on is our environmental studies. So BSU's mission for sustainability is to promote awareness and instill passion for the earth, not only academically, but through wellness and community and cultural activities. So here at BSU, we have a unique understanding of what commitment to sustainability is. With that being social equity, economic visibility, and the responsibility that we have to our environment and our world. So our perspective has been greatly influenced by the Ojibwe culture, and we work with the recognition that we are part of the earth and we are dependent on it for our survival. We are currently offering on-campus and virtual visits. You can head to our website at bemidjistate.edu/visit to sign up. We're doing tours Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. And then if you are a senior, of course, you are still welcome to apply. And if you know for sure you want to come to BSU, you can even commit. So we're going to start registering students the next few weeks here. And to waive the application fee, just send me an email. We'll have our contact info at the end and I can give you a free code. Thank you.
All right, and for the University of Minnesota Crookston, we have around 1,800 students, and that is split between online and on campus. So we actually have around 700 students on our campus, making it a very close-knit community. You're definitely a name, not just a number, and the faculty know you, and you have an advisor there to support you. You have both a faculty advisor and a professional advisor that will work with you to select classes, work on internships, and just all that personal touches that you would want in a college. We have 35 majors that include agriculture and natural resources. We have health sciences and software engineering. We have our business department with business and accounting. And another couple important majors are elementary education and communications and marketing. And so our campus has always been known as a hands-on institution. So when I say Crookston is your classroom, I mean that our classroom is not just in a classroom. You're outdoor in our nature areas. There are golf courses, you're in business boardrooms for all of your classes. And we are actually the original laptop university. So we were the first college in the nation to provide all of our student laptops. And we actually still do this to this day. We are a test-free institution. So that means that we do not require the ACT or SAT for admission or for scholarships. We actually don't even look at your score. So you don't even need to send it. And our admission decisions are based off of what you do over your 4 years in high school rather than a 4-hour test. So we look at your high school transcript, the activities you're involved in, including employment, family responsibilities, clubs, athletics, and more, and then a short answer question. So being part of the U of M University of Minnesota system, you'll actually earn a University of Minnesota degree, whether you're attending the Twin Cities, Duluth, Rochester, Morris, or Crookston campus. And we are offering on-campus visits as well as virtual visits. We're offering them Tuesday through Friday on campus and then virtually all week. So feel free to reach out. And again, for you seniors, if you're interested in applying, reach out to me for a free code as well. And we can get you ready for classes beginning next fall.
Alrighty, if anyone has any questions, please put it below in our Q&A. I'll leave that there and you can type it in. But in the meantime, with college, I know there's a lot of things that make students nervous. What support services are available at each of your colleges? Tia, do you wanna, or Janessa?
Yeah, I can start that off. So we have an academic success center on our campus, and that hosts all of our professional advisors. So as I mentioned, you'll get an advisor, both a faculty and a professional one who will work with you, as well as tutoring on campus, no cost to students. You can actually get paid to be a tutor if you're interested as well. And then we have a writing center. So any students who want to get help on a paper, whether just starting it out or to cite your sources, we have people available to help with that too.
Awesome.
Yeah, on the 2-year side of things, I'm actually going to move this forward. So our contact information is here if you want to grab that while we're chatting about some questions. But we have a ton of resources at NTC. So one of the things that I like best about NTC is all the opportunities you have for support. Not only are your faculty really going to know when you're struggling because classes are so small, but we have things like our Student Success Center, free tutoring for every class at NTC, and study group support beyond that as well. We have access to things like career services, counseling center, and other support services through Bemidji State as well, like accessibility services, veteran services, American Indian Resource Center, and so forth. So you get a lot of options, a lot of places that'll help you. The biggest thing about support services, though, is we are not mind readers. So you really need to advocate for yourself and tell us when you're struggling. It's totally okay. We found in a recent survey of our students that 85% of students who received tutoring at NTC actually received an A or a B in their course. So students who are using the resources are the ones who are successful.
Awesome.
Just one additional type of support that students typically don't think of right off the bat are also the support that you have in the residential halls as a first-year student, or even a transfer student if you're living on campus as well. You have residential assistants, or called RAs. So they're there to build community and relationship within your floor and amongst all of the different residential halls that are on campus. And then there's peer academic advisors, or affectionately called PAWs. So they actually have access to your grades, and they check in periodically to either cheer you on and say, hey, you're doing great in your biology class, or hey, it looks like you're struggling in this math course, let's get you set up with a tutor. So not only do most four-year schools have access to free tutoring, but actual tutoring held in the residential halls as well. So you're not even having to walk across campus to have access to that.
Oh, that's awesome. And at Northland, we are just like you guys. We have faculty that are awesome to help. We also have the Academic Success Center, all great places to go. The next question I have is, do you need your own computer? At Northland, you do not need your own computer. We offer computer labs and have computers set up around the campus. If you're taking distance courses, it's very helpful to have a computer. But if you can get to campus to use ours, you can definitely do that. Madison, what about your campus?
Yeah, for us, we by no means require it. We have that same kind of access to computer labs. We also have 24-hour computer labs on campus. So students have access to that with their student ID cards. But it is for sure recommended, of course, if you are able. And on top of that, we have had a few different grants. So students might qualify to get a computer from Bemidji State as well.
Janessa?
Yeah,
You guys-
yeah, we give laptops are included for all of our students, and that's included with it's connected to our Wi-Fi and our printings, and we also have a computer help desk. So if anything ever goes wrong, if you get a virus, if you spill something on it, you just get to bring it right there and they fix it for you. And if they can't fix it within an hour, they typically give you a loaner, so you'll never be without one.
Do students get to keep the computers over the summer, or do they hand them in each spring?
Depends if the classes that they're enrolled in. So if they're enrolled in fall classes, they typically can keep it. And then when you graduate, you actually get to keep your laptop as well. And we renew them every 2 to 3 years. And so you typically have a fairly new laptop when you graduate.
Oh, that's so cool.
Which phone number, contact, or device do you want to call?
At NTC, we have computers, and Alexa's talking in the background. She apparently liked what you said. At NTC, Alexa, stop. Okay, we have computers just like Northland setup. So you can come in anytime the building's open and use computers. Many of our faculty do utilize D2L as an online platform. So something to think about. We do suggest students get computers so that you can access those things outside of campus, but by no means are you required to have one.
Awesome. Well, ladies, if I don't see any questions in our Q&A. So if we don't have anything else to add, I'd just like to thank everyone for listening to us. And all of our contact information is up. So please reach out to us. We love visiting with you. We like getting to know everyone. So yeah, thanks for participating today.
And as the moderator of this session, I'd like to thank all of the presenters. We also have a quick survey that will pop up in the window, a 4-question survey. When this concludes, we encourage you to sign up for more sessions. And just a reminder that the recording will be available. And it was great that Alexa made a little Zoom bomb appearance just to kind of keep things all exciting. So thank you all for being part of this event this afternoon, and have a wonderful evening.